For more than 3 decades, the education of EMS missionary children was a major concern to the ministry.
Majorly the vision of EMS schools is primarily come as a result of burden that came into the ministry many years ago, when most of our missionaries are serving in rural communities where their children don't have access to education at all.
It was Katsina. I went to visit some missionaries there. Now I saw, when I went to the home of the missionary was not there. The wife was not there, but the children. So when I asked the children, why are you staying at home? You don't go to school. They said the school is very far away, and their father has but only a bicycle. You cannot convey them on the bicycle to the school. And that was why actually I was not happy. Look at these young girls, matured, go to school, but they are staying at home. So when I came back, I told my management, I said, this is what I heard, I saw in Katsina. We just have to do something.
Missionaries who answer the call to serve in typical rural communities that lack basic amenities like healthcare, education, electricity, and even clean drinking water were at the risk of having their children out of school for as long as they remained on the field.
Most missionaries' funding is very low, and then also we needed to relieve that pain and burden of them going to other schools that charge very expensive. And we wanted them to have also their children for discipleship and mentoring. And so that gave birth to EMS Children's School. We felt like we can control how much they pay. We can equally help them and bring other resources to put together to really take care of them. We did not want missionaries to be in the school, in the mission field, and then the children are either out of school or they are not able to go to school because of money. So that brought the idea of the EMS Children's School.
In some cases, missionaries who left their children in the hands of either their relatives or others had the challenge of battling with the spiritual and moral lives of their children, which were usually unattended to. To solve this problem, EMS started its first school in Farin-Gada, Jos DCC of Plateau State in 1996.
The school was established in April 1996 with 6 pupils. We started the school as a home school using Dr. Bakari's house. And he and his wife happened to be the first parents we had. Not only the first parents, they were everything. They were the parents, they were the coordinator of the school, he was the driver, and his wife too was a teacher to some extent, and he was the one going out to look for support.
We went into it by faith. There were no things then, no food, nothing. In fact, the first food was the food we farm in our house, and then was the food that we took. I remember Joseph, the security guy, was our messenger then. He was the one that helped us pack the food, and then we took it to the EMS Children's School, and that's how we started the school. I started taking some of the children in our small room. We used to have a room and parlor house, where people like Torian, Sati, Dashol were living with us before we moved into this place that was constructed inside Equa Staff School property. And then I proposed decentralizing the school to various zones. So, and then I had to leave for studies. And when Reverend Panya came on board, he decided, okay, let's do what has been proposed. Let's see how we can decentralize the school into various places to meet the needs of the EMS children.
We have 3 major schools, one in Lakweme in Gombe, and one in Kufana in Kaduna State, and one in Jos, Plateau State.
Today, these 3 schools, called the EMS Children's School, is specifically built for the education of EMS missionary children, hosting about 600 children. These schools admit only serving missionary children and orphans whose parents died in active service.
I'm from primary 4. When I came, I don't know how to speak English, but I really thank God for how He helped me. I'm learning from my teachers and my seniors and also my friends.
When I came to the school, I was posed as learning to read. That's how to read and how to write. I began from there. And from there, 1 year, I go to primary 1.
Most of the children that I've said, they came from the missionaries that are working in the rural areas and in the village where there are no schools.
We basically use 2 curriculum. We have the ACE curriculum, which is Christian Accelerated Education, and we have the conventional as well.
There is learning. Learning is taking place in the school.
Over the years, AMS has been able to record these successes through its supporters and donors. But with this great service comes a lot of challenges, which includes a shortage of staff welfare and salary, school fees for the children, infrastructure in classrooms, chapels, hostels, dining halls, library, and staff quarters.
From little challenges to big ones, first of all, who builds the school, where do we get money to build the school, and how do we have teachers, and how do we run it? You know, EMS is on support. Every staff of EMS you see, somebody is funding him. But we thank God, through the years, people came, supported, and now we have 3 main schools for the EMS children's schools. And so the challenges are enormous because, again, the parents are paying less than 25% of what is required to fund the school in terms of teacher payment, in terms of food and infrastructures and facilities. So we have to make up the amount. And right now it's really, even right now the challenges are still there. How do we fund them? The prices of foods have gone up and it's just so difficult to manage. The challenges remain, but then we are sure that we can improve in many areas and we are working hard to do so.
You can join EMS school services by adopting a teacher with 40,000 to 80,000 naira monthly, adopting a child with 60,000 naira per term, donating for any project, and volunteering as a staff in any of the schools. There is a huge task ahead, and there are still children whose future as educated soldiers and ambassadors of the gospel of Jesus Christ depends on us to be equipped.